Well, inside Twitter, this has been the best thing for morale since the acquisition was announced. Employees were basically cheering as they were hearing from their executives, as the executives said, hey, look, a signed contract is a signed contract, and we're not going to sell this at lower than the price that Elon signed for. So there are a lot of smiles at Twitter headquarters today.
So it's interesting, though. I thought the view was that employees didn't want the company to be sold to Musk. But now they're happy because the stock price has come down so much. They want the deal to protect the original price.
I think that's part of it. And I think that part of it is just finally it seems like somebody is going to try to hold Musk accountable to what he already did, which was sign on the dotted line. So, you know, in the months leading up to this, the Twitter executives have really just kind of rolled over and let Musk run the show. I think employees are excited that finally they're standing up for the company.
Well, and Parag, the CEO of Twitter, Alex, has been doing that on Twitter, right? I mean, he's been directly engaging with Elon Musk on this back and forth as this drama continues to play out.
For sure, but it's been very weak. What Parag has been doing is making these vague statements. Of course, he's pushed back on the bot situation, but I don't think he's shown any vision for what he wants to do with the company. Of course, he's pushed out a few executives, but he didn't say what the different direction is that he wants to take the company in. And I think that he's allowed employee morale to get so poor to the point that when the guy who says he wants to lay you off now will have to sign the deal, they cheer. So I'm not going to, sit and applaud the job that he's done. I think it's been, pretty dismal to this point.
But Casey suggests, Alex, that employee morale may be counterintuitive to what people originally thought at this point.
Well, it's all relative. So if you've been living in a world of hurt for a long time, which is what Twitter employees have done the past month, which has felt like years to them, you're going to take any sign of optimism, any sign of progress, any sign of leadership, and you're going to cheer it. But again, this is Elon Musk. The guy says that he wants to lay people off inside the company. And so the fact that they're cheering now, the fact that he's going to maybe be pushed to sign this deal, just shows you, I believe, how bad it's gotten inside that company. And for me, this looks like a Pyrrhic victory, if a victory at all.
Casey, Alex says that Parag's being weak. I think that was the exact word that he used. Maybe it's simply he's holding all the cards. He has a signed deal at a set price higher than where the stock is trading now. So why would he do anything other than what he's doing now? Worst case scenario, he ends up in court, and then I guess they see what happens.
That's right. They say if you're hunted by a dinosaur, you shouldn't move because they sense motion. Like, that's how I see Parag acting in this situation. He's trying to be calm and cool and just hoping if he doesn't make any sudden moves, maybe he's not going to get eaten by the velociraptor. So we'll see how that works out for him.
So last word goes to you, Alex. Is that where we are heading, do you think, ultimately to a courtroom to figure this whole thing out?
I think we likely end up with a settlement where Elon does try to hold back from making the purchase and gets Twitter to come down on the price. Everybody knows this was an overpay. And, of course, Twitter does have a deal in his hand. It's a great point. However, I think what the discussion fails to address most of the time when we talk about the fact that Elon is bound by this agreement is what happens when he goes to court. And if you think about it from every stakeholder, you think about advertisers. Are they going to want to spend money with Twitter while it's in the middle of this battle? I don't think they're going to spend as much. Employees, they'll probably be out the door. The company lost its head of product management and data science this week. I think that's pretty big. And, of course, shareholders. I don't think shareholders are going to want to be in for this ride where it goes up and down and up and down. And so I think Elon, Parag holds some cards, but I don't think Elon has lost his leverage. I think he still has the leverage. This deal is going to be more than Twitter will ever get. And so he's able, I believe, to play the negotiation game. Twitter, of course, is never going to say that it's willing to negotiate. It would lose all its leverage. So I do believe Elon's not out of the account right now. I think he still ends up with the company, but at a discount.